Hello guys, myself Rakesh Patil. I done my graduation in mechanical engineering from North Maharashtra University, and today's date is 23 December 2021, and today's topic is wrapper class in Java. Learn about Java wrapper class. There are uses conversation between the primitive objects and autoboxing of the example. First one, Java wrapper class in Java. We have 8 primitive data types. Java provides type of wrappers which are classes encapsulate a primitive type of within object. A wrapper class wrap enclose around a primitive data type and gives an object appearance. Whenever the primitive data type is required as an object type, this type wrapper class can be used. Wrapper classes include method unwrap the object and give back the data type. The type wrappers classes are part of Java Lang package. Each primitive types has corresponding wrapper class. Primitive types double wrapper class, double primitive types float, wrapper float. Primitive type long wrapper class, long primitive type int, wrapper class integer, primitive type short, wrapper class short, primitive type byte, wrapper class byte, primitive type char, and wrapper class character, primitive type boolean, wrapper class boolean, and which menu. Java classes autoboxing unboxing last. Java basic learn the Java wrapper classes. There are using conversion between the primitive and object and autoboxing. When to use a wrapper classes? Java wrapper classes are used in scenario when two methods wants to refer to the same instance of primitive type, then pass wrapper class as a method with argument. Java generic works only with object type and does not support primitive type. Java collection deals only with objects. To store a primitive type in one of these classes, you need a wrap primitive type in class. When you want to refer null from data type, you need object primitive cannot null as a value. Conversation converting primitive type up to classes wrapper class. There are two ways for converting the primitive type into the instance of the corresponding wrapper class. Using constructor, using static factory method, using constructor integer object is equal to new integer 10. Using static factory method, integer of another object is equal to integer dot value of 10. In the above example, the value of method static factory method that returns instance of integer. Class represent the specific value. Similarly, we can convert other primitive type like boolean to boolean, char to character, short to short. Converting wrapping class to primitive type. Converting wrapping class to primitive type is simple. We can corresponding instant method to get primitive type. Example, int value, double value and short value, semicolon. Integer object new integer 10, int well object dot int value, wrapper class primitive. Autoboxing and unboxing beginning with JDK. Java added two important features, autoboxing and auto unboxing. First one, autoboxing. For example, converting in an integer a character to so on, we can simply pass the assign and primitive type to argument reference the accepting wrapper class type. Here, compiler automatically creates an integer object from int and adds the object to integer list, thus the previous code into the following runtime. And unboxing happens when the conversion happens from wrapper class to its corresponding primitive type. It means can be pass assigned wrapper object and argument refer accepting a primitive type. Primitive type, as per I know, as we can use it in the classes and object, And that's it from my side. Thank you.